Marshawn Evans, reinvention strategist, life catalyst, and you are watching CisquaredTV.
What's going on, guys? I'm Ciara, and you're tuned into CisquaredTV. Standing here with beautiful Marshawn Evans, life catalyst, reinvention strategist, and also the author of the best-selling book, Skirts in the Boardroom. Welcome to Buffalo, Marshawn. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Glad for all that you're doing to elevate voices and get good messaging out there.
We are here because Women in the Spotlight Going Global had their second annual event here, and Marshawn gave a beautiful speech on branding and inspiration and just great advice. The thing that stood out most to me is you just talked about God, number one. How does your Godfidence seminars tie into your other, branding and bootcamp seminars?
Well, I believe that there are many things that we can do, but there are very few things that we're called to do, and we don't understand as women that our divine purpose really is our life purpose in business, in the marketplace, in our families, in everything that we do, and we can live more purpose-centered and more profitable at the same time. And so those things, we don't have to have just our faith self and then our marketplace self. Those things can go together.
Now, you have a huge following with, women, I would say from 35 years to up. What advice do you have for women that are like my age, that are looking to transition into that professional business mindset?
Well, I think the first thing to understand is to get wisdom. Get wisdom, get wisdom, get wisdom. And understanding, I always say that traditional education can only take you to a traditional place. So you need to get in environments with other people that don't look like you, that are diverse environments and outside of your comfort zone, because that stretches you. And then you also need to really understand how money really works. And schools are not really designed to teach us that, even if you're a finance major. And the way that we really learn who we are and what we can do is by doing it. So get experience early, and put yourself in seminars, put yourself in workshops. Go to those when you're in your teens and in your early 20s. Because then you're planting the seeds now so that you can live the life you want later. And the last thing I like to say to young folks is what you deposit today will determine what you're able to deliver tomorrow. And if you do the things you have to do now, you can take vacations for the rest of your life. So do the things and put the right pieces in place today so that you can thrive tomorrow.
Now, you are very successful. What mindset does a person have to have? What advice or strategies? Of course, you already gave the strategies in your book, but for those who don't know about the book, what strategies or mindset would a person have to gain success like that?
I think there's two really critical mindsets. The first is around understanding that all things are possible, and you really have to believe that. Entrepreneurs and people who are successful believe in possibility as a reality. And then number two, you have to believe you're worth all those things that are possible. And so believing personally that I'm worth good things and worth abundance and worth the best that heaven has to offer in the marketplace, in my job, in my career, in my business, in my family, and all around. Those to me are the two things you really have to believe. All things are possible, and then I'm worth all that possibility.
Now, in your speech that you gave today, you touched on priorities and investments and how it's a shame, but most of us invest in things that, aren't good for our future. What can you offer us as to why do you think that is?
Well, I think we have a consumer mindset instead of a producer mindset, and the consumer mindset is one where we enjoy spending. I mean, there's a thrill and a rush that comes with spending, but we're spending on things that do not appreciate or have nothing to do with our future, but it makes us feel good. And I think we do that is really a sign of a lack of self-worth, because we wouldn't waste our resources on things that don't matter to create a false sense of worth, as opposed to investing in the things that really do matter, that give us a legacy and provide longevity for us to pass on an inheritance to future generations. And so that's when I understand the calling and how deep it is, then I've got a responsibility to invest in it and to grow it. And we have to shift from being consumers to being producers.
Nothing but knowledge, guys. There it is. There's no excuse. Role models are right here. Woman, strong, believer in God. I'm Ciara. This is CisquaredTV. Marshawn.